Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of I Watch TikTok so you don't have to. Now, the last time I uploaded a video like this, I joked that I was going to make that the name of this series. And a lot of you commented that, yeah, that should actually be the name of the series because I don't want to watch TikTok. A lot of the comments went on to say that some of you really appreciate that I bring you these tips that I find over on TikTok. And I have discovered that every once in a while, there is a makeup tip or trick that I have actually not seen nor tried before. Of course, some of you may have seen these tips and tricks before. They won't be new to you, but as I was scrolling, they were new to me and I really wanted to test them out for the first time here on camera. First up is a tip by Melissa Murdick. Melissa, also known as It's Makeup by Melissa M over on TikTok, is a makeup artist for Selena Gomez. And she offers up so many great tips and tricks on her TikTok page. But one that really stood out to me because she references oily skin, which I do have, is this tip for using setting spray.
Y'all, I'm just gonna say it, you are not using your setting spray enough. If you've got oily skin or you're somebody who notices your makeup fades or slides around throughout the day, listen up. Rather than applying a huge dose of setting spray at the end of your makeup, we actually want to add several layers of setting spray throughout the entire process. After you've done your skincare and potentially applied a foundation primer, hold the setting spray about a foot away from your face and mist in a counterclockwise motion. We want to feel that we've got a little light layer of the product over our skin, but not so much that it is wet feeling.
Okay, I may have put a little bit too much on, and I actually had to switch setting sprays. I was going to use this Lancome Fix It Forget It, but I couldn't get the sprayer to work. And then I tried my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, and I can't get that one to work either. So I went for the Urban Decay All Nighter Ultra Matte. So now I'm going to pause, and we're going to get back to this tip later. Basically, she goes on to say that you are going to use your setting spray after every layer of makeup. Basically, she says to go on and do your foundation and concealer, spray again, then do your eye makeup, lips, blush, then cover your eyes and spray again. So 3 layers of setting spray. And I'm going to do that, and then at the end of the day, I'm going to check in and let you know if I feel like my makeup held up a lot better than normal. It's August, so it's obviously very hot here in Las Vegas, but it's also our monsoon season. So we get storms rolling in nearly every single day, and it's actually very humid. So usually the heat alone doesn't melt my makeup, but the combination of heat, humidity, and my oily skin, it just gets bad no matter how many mattifying products I use. So we will see if this really works. But up next, I have a brow trick to share with you. This is a trick I learned that apparently has been around a while for the first time from this content creator, Carly Jo.
I'm going to show you the best brow gel that I've ever used, and would you believe me that you can find it pretty much anywhere for under $5, and you probably already have it in your house. The Elmer's Glue Disappearing Purple Glue Stick. Every time I use this on my lives or in videos, people are always asking, are you using a glue stick in your eyebrows? And yes, I am. Drag queens have been using this for eons for their makeup, and I'm going to show you how you can use it in your brows to get that fluffy look. No, this is not toxic, and yes, this removes super easily and does not rip out my brow hairs. When I double cleanse and use water, it comes out completely. First, I'm going in with micellar water to remove any skincare that could be in my brows. Then I'm taking the glue stick and I am just going ham into the brows. Just like that. Now, just like lash glue, I like to wait at least 30 seconds for the glue to get tacky. This is when it is stickiest and it will hold for as long as you need it to. After that 30 seconds, I'm going to take a clean spoolie brush and just start combing through the brow hairs. Notice that I not only am going through the brow and combing it, but I'm twisting the spoolie like this, so I'm getting every single hair. And from here, I adjust the brow hairs and how I want them to lay. Then I'm taking micellar water on a Q-tip and removing the glue that could have gotten on the skin around the brows. Not only does my brow look fuller and fluffier, but it gave me just a little bit more of a lift. So here's the before Here's after, and here are the brows with the finished makeup look.
Well, she is not wrong. Those brows are solidly locked into place. But because I need some color and fullness in my sparse, very blonde brows, I'm going to fill them in with a brow pen. This is the Brow Blade from Urban Decay. I'm using the pencil part first to draw the shape, and then I'll go in with the pen. I've got to say that using this glue made it so easy to draw on these brow hairs. I have attempted to do this so many times, and I have struggled so hard to get these hair-like strokes that quickly. And I am in shock. I used Taupe Trap, and I meant to use Cool Cookie. I took them both out for this video, and I thought I grabbed Cool Cookie. Apparently I grabbed Taupe Trap, so it's a little bit more warm than I typically like. But as far as the way they look, the shape and the fluffiness and the natural appearance, I'm speechless. So now I'm going to apply my foundation and concealer, because my next tip or trick is for setting under eye concealer. So I actually didn't do my concealer because I want to follow along with this next tip. This one is from Holly Boone. Now I have to say this is one that I am not so sure is going to go that well for someone with mature skin. But that's what this video is for, to give things a try, test them out. So let's hear what Holly has to say.
So I'm going to show you a trick on how to make sure your under eyes do not crease, regardless of what concealer or powder you use. So you're going to apply your concealer like normal. I'm just using the Soft Focus Airbrush Concealer by H&B Cosmetics. And I'm just going to do it literally as normal. And I'm just pressing it in with my beauty blender. So again, just blending out as normal. So you then want to take some loose powder. I'm going to use the Soft Focus Loose Powder from H&B Cosmetics in the shade Translucent. I'm then just taking the powder on a powder puff, and I'm just going to press this in under the eyes. So here's the trick. You want to take a flat fluffy brush like this and a eyeshadow that is close to the shade of your under eye.
This is the same one she's using from this Doll Beauty Artist Collection palette.
Take the eyeshadow on the brush and you're just going to press it right under the eyes. I feel like people use pressed powders for this, but honestly, eyeshadow, I don't know what it is, but it works so much better. Like your under eye will literally not crease, and it doesn't settle into fine lines as much either. So I just finished my makeup, but make sure you try it and let me know what you think. I promise you, it's a game changer.
It very well might be a game changer for someone in their 20s and 30s, but on my 49-year-old under eyes, it's definitely too much. I do feel like it gave some added brightness, but I don't know. I feel like my under eyes look really dry, or maybe I'm just looking too close. I'm going to go in with my second dose of setting spray. And as I stated earlier, I'm going to do some check-ins throughout the day. So I'm going to do my second dose of setting spray. I'm going to put on the rest of my makeup because that is the last trick. And then I am going to come back in a couple of hours, and then a couple of hours after that, and I will give you my final thoughts on all of these TikTok tips and tricks.
Okay, I just finished my makeup and I did not plan to do this check-in, but I have to tell you that my under eyes actually look good. They weren't looking so great when I first applied the eyeshadow under here, but when I came into my room to finish off my makeup, and after a few minutes, I just feel like it sort of settled, but settled isn't the right word because settled makes it sound like it settled into those lines, but it actually looks really good. It sort of meshed with my skin, I guess, is a better word than settled. But this is natural light, iPhone. I think they look pretty good. But we still have to see how they look in a couple of hours. But overall, I love the way everything looks. Although my brows are way, way too red. If you look closely, I don't think it's picking up, but they're really, really red. I definitely need a more ashy color. But as far as the way my foundation is looking and the under eyes and the fluffiness or the appearance of the brows, I'm happy with everything. All right, it has been about 4 hours since I applied this makeup. I am a little bit shiny, but not nearly as shiny as I normally am at this point. I definitely think the layering of the setting spray has helped. The brows have not budged. I think these are on for life. Just kidding. I will wash my makeup off at the end of the day, but they're on there. They're definitely secured. And the under eyes, I gotta say, I'm impressed. I think I said that earlier, but yeah, I did not think that this was going to work at all. But they look pretty good.
All right, it's been about 9 hours since I first applied this makeup. I did powder a little bit through my T-zone, but I've got to say that setting spray layering trick really does the trick. I think if you have oily skin and or you live in a humid climate and your makeup tends to move around, just like Melissa explained in her TikTok, I definitely think you should try the layering of the setting spray. I'm going to continue to do all of these tricks for the next several days. Hopefully they will continue to work for me and I will update you in a future video. I think all 3 tips are ones that I'm going to continue to use. One thing I'm not going to continue to use is this brow blade in Taupe Trap. Throughout the day, it has gotten redder and redder. It looks like I used a red brow pen in my brows. Thankfully, I don't think it's translating on camera, but yeah, it does not look good. I really want to know if you try the glue stick trick and how it works for you. And lastly, we had Holly's tip of finishing off the under eye with an eyeshadow versus a setting powder. Now, we did apply a setting powder, but then she goes over it and I went over it with a little eyeshadow. As I showed you in the demo, I used this shade right here from this Doll Beauty palette. And this shadow actually has a lot of yellow in it. I am going to play around with some other similar matte eyeshadows that I have. And I've got to say, again, I know I said this in the check-in already, but I'm very surprised. I did not think when I first applied this powder earlier that it was going to look as good as it does. I truly thought my under eyes were going to look extremely dry and aged. So that's it. That concludes another episode of I Watch TikTok So You Don't Have To. I really hope you enjoyed hearing about these tips and tricks. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and join the Risa Does Makeup family. I do upload new videos twice per week. You can also find more content from me on TikTok and on Instagram under the same username, Risa Does Makeup. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.